Change your mindset, life will change, a powerful motivation plan. Why are you here? I don't mean why are you listening to this. I mean, why are you here in this situation, in this financial bracket, in this relationship, in this state of mind? Look around you, everything you see, the walls of your room, the notifications on your phone, the balance in your bank account. It feels solid, doesn't it? It feels like reality. It feels like the truth. But what if I told you that this reality is not a fixed thing? What if I told you that you are living inside a simulation? Not a computer simulation generated by machines, but a simulation generated by you. You are living in a house built by your past. You are sleeping in a bed made by your traumas. You are walking down paths paved by your fears. Most people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. They live on a loop, wake up, check phone, coffee, traffic, work, traffic, TV, sleep, repeat. They call it life, I call it a trance. You have been hypnotized into believing that you are the effect and the world is the cause. You believe that when the economy changes, then you will change. When your spouse changes, then you will be happy. When you lose the weight, then you will love yourself. You are waiting for the world to change so that you can feel different. That is the Newtonian model of reality. Cause and effect, but you have it backward. You have it completely backward. To change your life, you must change your mind. Not just your thoughts, your mind. The very operating system that dictates how you perceive reality. If you are listening to this, you are tired. I know you are. You are tired of the loop. You are tired of almost making it. You are tired of the potential that sits inside you, rotting away like fruit left in the sun. Today we break the loop. Today we do not just motivate you. Today we perform surgery. We are going to go deep into the dark corners of your psychology, rip out the wires that are short-circuiting your success, and install a new hardware. It will not be easy. It will require you to die to the person you used to be. Are you ready? Good, let's begin. Psychologists tell us that the conscious mind, the part of you that is listening to my voice right now, the part that says, I want to be rich, or I want to be happy, makes up about 5% of your cognitive activity. 5%. The other 95%, that is the subconscious, that is the body, that is the ghost in the machine. Imagine you are the captain of a massive ship. You are standing on the bridge. You scream, turn right, we are heading for an iceberg. You spin the wheel with all your might. But the ship keeps going straight. Why? Because beneath the deck in the engine room, there are thousands of workers who have been programmed for 20 years to shovel coal into the engines that drive the ship straight ahead. They don't hear you up there. They are running on a program. From the time you were in the womb until you were about 7 years old, your brain was in a specific brainwave state called theta. This is a hypnotic state. You were a sponge. You had no analytical mind to filter information. Everything you saw, everything you heard, everything you felt, it went straight in. No filter. If you saw your parents fighting about money, your subconscious downloaded a program. Money equals pain. Money is scarce. Money destroys love. If you were told, shut up, or you're too loud when you were excited, your subconscious downloaded a program. It is not safe to be seen. It is not safe to be powerful. I must be small to survive. Now you are 30, 40, 50 years old. You consciously want to start that business. You consciously want to find true love. You consciously want to get fit. But every time you try, you self-sabotage. You procrastinate. You get anxious. You eat the cake. You skip the gym. You don't make the sales call. And then you judge yourself. I'm lazy, you say. I have no discipline. Stop it. You are not lazy. You are conflicted. Your conscious mind wants to go north. Your subconscious program is heading south. And the subconscious wins every single time because it is 95% of who you are. It is the operating system. You cannot fix a software virus by yelling at the computer screen. You have to rewrite the code. The brain is a record of the past. It is an artifact of everything you have ever learned and experienced. When you wake up in the morning, usually the first thing you do is remember your problems. Those problems are memories. Those memories are connected to certain people and things at certain times and places. The moment you start your day thinking about your problems, you are thinking in the past. And here is where the trap snaps shut. Every thought produces a chemical. If you think unhappy thoughts, your brain produces chemicals that make you feel unhappy. The moment you feel unhappy, your brain scans your body and says, oh, we are feeling unhappy. Okay, let's generate more unhappy thoughts to match this feeling. Thought creates feeling, feeling creates thought creates feeling. This is the loop, this is the state of being. Your body has memorized unhappiness better than your conscious mind knows happiness. Your body has become the mind. You can say, I am happy all you want, but your body is saying, no, you aren't. We are miserable. We are victims. This is who we are. To change your mindset is to declare war on this loop. Most people wait for a crisis to change. They wait for the diagnosis. They wait for the divorce. They wait for the bankruptcy. They wait until the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change. Why wait? Why wait for the tragedy? You can learn through pain and suffering, or you can learn through joy and inspiration. The choice is yours, but to choose, you must first become aware. Awareness is the first step. You must become the observer of your thoughts. This is called metacognition. Can you sit in a room, close your eyes, and watch your thoughts go by like clouds in the sky? Can you hear that voice in your head that says, you can't do this, and instead of believing it, simply say, that is an interesting thought, and let it pass? You are not your thoughts, you are the thinker of your thoughts. You are not your emotions, you are the one experiencing the emotions. When you realize this, you unlock the door to the prison cell. You haven't walked out yet, but you have the key. The key is to stop living by the memories of your past and start living by a vision of your future. The body doesn't know the difference between an actual experience and an emotion that you create by thought alone. Let me repeat that. If you close your eyes and truly visualize biting into a lemon, if you see the yellow skin, smell the zest, feel the texture, and imagine the sour juice hitting your tongue, your mouth will water, physically. Your body reacted to a thought as if it were reality. So if you can make your mouth water with a lemon that doesn't exist, can you make your genes change expression by feeling gratitude for a future that hasn't happened yet? The science says yes, this is epigenetics. If you wake up every day and practice feeling the emotions of your future success, feeling the freedom, the joy, the abundance, before it happens, your body will begin to change to match that new reality. Your body will believe it is already living in that new life. You are signaling new genes in new ways. You are rewiring the hardware. You are no longer a victim of your history. You are becoming the master of your destiny. But the moment you open your eyes, the senses will try to pull you back. The environment will try to pull you back. Your phone will ring, the boss will email, the bank account will still look low. This is the battleground. This is where the warrior is tested. Can you believe in a future that you cannot see with your eyes, but you can see clearly in your mind? Can you hold on to that vision when your current reality is screaming the opposite? Greatness is not about what you do when things are going well. Greatness is holding the vision when you are in the mud. You have to be so obsessed with your vision that you forget to be who you used to be. You have to unmemorize your emotions. If you want a new life, you have to stop being the old you. You cannot bring the old you into the new life. The old you doesn't fit. The old you is too small. The old you is too scared. The old you has to die. This brings us to the biology of belief. We need to understand the machinery. We need to understand how to hack the system. You are not hardwired to be a certain way for the rest of your life. That is a lie. You are a marvel of adaptability. You are neuroplastic. It's time to learn how to use the tools you were given. Let's look at the wiring. Part II, the biology of belief. It is time to look at the hardware. For years, we were told a lie. We were told that the brain is static. We were told that you are born with a certain amount of intelligence, a certain personality, and a certain set of limitations, and that those things cannot change. We were told that your genes are your destiny. That is the old science. The new science tells us something far more powerful. It tells us that you are the engineer of your own being. This is the concept of neuroplasticity. The word plastic means pliable, changeable, moldable. Your brain is not hard stone, it is soft clay. Here is the rule of the brain. Nerve cells that fire together, wire together. Every time you learn something new, you make a new synaptic connection in your brain, but learning is just the first step. If you don't repeat what you learned, that connection fades away. It's like a trail in the forest. If you walk it once, the grass folds down. If you never walk it again, the grass grows back and the trail disappears. But if you walk the trail every single day, the path becomes clear. It becomes a road. Eventually, it becomes a highway. This is what you have done with your limitations. You have thought the same negative thoughts for so long that you have built a superhighway of negativity in your brain. You don't even have to try to be depressed anymore. You don't have to try to be anxious. It happens automatically because that is the path of least resistance. Your brain is efficient. It chooses the road you have traveled most often. So to change your mindset, you have to stop traveling the old road. You have to prune the old connections. This is where it gets difficult. This is why change is so hard. When you decide to stop thinking negatively, when you decide to stop complaining, you are literally breaking neural connections. You are dismantling the highway, and your brain does not like that. Your brain wants to conserve energy. It screams at you. It says, go back to the old way. It was easier. We knew what to expect. But you must understand the biology. You are not just fighting a thought, you are fighting a chemical addiction. Every time you have an angry thought, your brain signals your body to release specific chemicals. Cortisol, adrenaline. Your body gets a rush. You might say you hate being angry, but your body loves the chemical rush. Your body is addicted to the adrenaline of your own rage. Your body is addicted to the chemicals of your own suffering. When you try to change, when you try to be peaceful, your body goes into withdrawal. It is like a drug addict coming off heroin. The body sends a signal to the brain saying, hey, where is my suffering? Where is my anger? I need my fix. And the brain listens. The brain generates a memory to make you angry, just so the body can get its chemical fix. This is why you fall back. This is why you start the diet and quit after 3 days. This is why you promise to be calm and then explode 5 minutes later. It is not because you are weak. It is because you are fighting a biological battle. You must become greater than your body. You must become the master of your own genetics. We used to think genes were fixed. We now know about epigenetics. This means above the gene. You are not a victim of your DNA. Your genes are just a library of books. You can choose which books to read. You can turn genes on and you can turn genes off. Stress turns on the genes of disease. It turns on the genes of aging. It turns on the genes of inflammation. Gratitude, love, and inspiration turn on the genes of healing. They turn on the genes of growth. You can signal new genes right now, in this moment, simply by changing your emotional state. You do not need to be in a different environment to feel different. You can close your eyes, open your heart, and feel gratitude for being alive. In that very second, you are rewriting your biological code. You are upgrading the software, and the hardware follows. But you cannot do this once and expect a miracle. You have to do it until it becomes the new normal. You have to wire it in. You have to fire those neurons until the new highway is built. A highway of abundance, a highway of courage, a highway of power. Part III, breaking the habit of being yourself. Copy below this line. Who are you? If I ask you that, you will tell me your name. You will tell me your job. You will tell me your history. I am a lawyer. I am a mother. I am someone who has struggled with anxiety. No, that is not who you are. That is the habit of being you. Your personality is made up of how you think, how you act, and how you feel. If you want a new personal reality, you have to change your personality. You have to break the habit of being the old you. Let's look at your morning. You wake up. What is the first thing you do? You reach for your phone. You check WhatsApp, you check Instagram, you check the news, you check your email. In a matter of seconds, you have reconnected your consciousness to every problem, every person, and every obligation in your life. You have reminded yourself of who you are by connecting to your past. You see a text from your boss, stress response. You see a post from your ex, sadness response. You see the news about the economy, fear response. Before your feet even touch the floor, you are already living in the past. You have surrendered your power to a glowing screen. You are starting your day on the defensive, reacting to the world instead of creating it. Then you go through the motions. You use the same toilet. You drink the same coffee from the same mug. You drive the same route to work. You see the same people. You push the same emotional buttons. And you expect your life to change. How can your life change if you are doing the exact same things, thinking the exact same thoughts, and feeling the exact same emotions every single day? To break the habit of being yourself, you must become conscious of your unconscious habits. This requires a level of awareness that most people never reach. You have to catch yourself. When you are walking down the street and you start judging someone in your head, catch yourself. Stop. Say, no, I don't do that anymore. When you start feeling sorry for yourself because things are hard, catch yourself. Stop. Say, no, that is the old me. You have to create a gap between the stimulus and the response. In that gap there is freedom. In that gap there is choice. The old you reacts, the new you creates. The moment you decide to change, you will feel uncomfortable. It will feel wrong. It will feel unfamiliar. Good. If it feels familiar, you are just repeating the past. If it feels uncomfortable, you are in the river of change. You are crossing from the known to the unknown. Most people run back to the known because the unknown is scary. The unknown is uncertain. But let me tell you a secret. The unknown is the only place where creation happens. You cannot create anything new from the known. You can only create more of the same. If you want a new life, you have to be willing to step into the void. You have to be willing to lose sight of the shore. You have to be willing to feel strange. You have to be willing to have people look at you differently. Why are you acting so happy? They will ask. Don't you know the economy is crashing? Why are you so calm? They will ask. Don't you know we have a deadline? And you will smile, because you are no longer controlled by the environment. You are controlling your internal environment. You are practicing the habit of the future self. You must rehearse who you are going to be. Athletes do this. They visualize the perfect shot. Musicians do this. They hear the music before they play it. You must do this with your life. Before you walk into that meeting, sit in your car for 2 minutes. Close your eyes. Who do you want to be in that room? Do you want to be reactive, insecure, and quiet? Or do you want to be present, articulate, and powerful? Rehearse it in your mind. Feel the emotion of confidence before you walk through the door. Prime your brain. Install the software. Then, when you walk in, simply execute the program you just wrote. This is how you break the habit. You stop being a victim of your circumstances, and you start being the creator of your experience. You stop living by memory, and you start living by imagination. Part IV, the Valley of Pain. Copy below this line. I want to be honest with you. I am not here to sell you a fantasy. I am here to tell you the truth. Changing your life is the hardest thing you will ever do. There is a period of time between the old you and the new you. I call this the Valley of Pain. I call it the void. This is the time when you have let go of the old comforts, but the new results haven't shown up yet. You are in the middle of the ocean. You can't see the land you left, and you can't see the land you are heading toward. This is where 99% of people quit. They say, I've been thinking positive for a week, and my bank account is still empty. This doesn't work. They say, I've been going to the gym for a month, and I don't look like a model. It's hopeless. They look at their current reality, and they let it define them. But you must understand what is happening during this time. Chaos. When you dismantle the old structures of your life, there is always chaos before there is order. When you renovate a house, it looks like a disaster zone before it looks like a palace. There is dust everywhere. The walls are torn down. The pipes are exposed. If someone walked in during the renovation, they would say, you ruined this house. But the architect knows better. The architect knows that destruction is necessary for construction. You are renovating your soul. It is going to get messy. You will feel lonely, because the people who bonded with your old self, the people you used to complain with, the people you used to drink with, the people you used to gossip with, they will not vibrate at your new frequency. You will lose friends. Let them go. You will feel doubt. Your mind will scream at you. Who do you think you are? You are a fraud. You are going to fail. Let it scream. This is the dying gasp of the ego. This is the extinction burst. When you stop feeding a beast, it doesn't just go to sleep quietly. It roars, it thrashes, it tries to scare you into feeding it again. Your old habits are starving, your doubt is starving, your fear is starving, they are roaring at you. Do not feed them. Stand in the valley of pain and keep walking. This is the test. The universe is asking you, how badly do you want this? Do you only want it if it's easy? Do you only want it if it happens instantly? Or are you willing to walk through the fire to get it? The difference between the successful and the unsuccessful is not talent. It is not luck. It is the ability to endure the void. It is the ability to hold the vision when everything around you is falling apart. You have to believe in your future more than you believe in your past. When you are in the valley, you are being forged. Steel is not made strong by polishing it with a soft cloth. Steel is made strong by fire and pressure. Your character is being built. You are developing grit. You are developing faith. Faith is not believing that everything will be perfect. Faith is believing that you will be okay no matter what happens. Faith is knowing that the vision is inevitable, even if the timeline is invisible. So when the pain comes, and it will come, greet it. Say, hello pain, I know why you are here. You are the death of my old self. Do not run from the discomfort. Lean into it. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Keep walking, one foot in front of the other. Do not look back. There is nothing for you back there but a version of you that no longer exists. Keep your eyes on the horizon, the dawn is coming. But you have to make it through the night to see it. Part V, the architect's blueprint. Vagueness is the enemy of execution. Most people walk through life in a fog. They have a general idea that they want things to be better. They want more money. They want to be healthier. They want to be happy. These are not goals, these are wishes, and the universe does not respond to wishes. It responds to clear, focused intent. Imagine you call a taxi. The driver asks, "Where do you want to go?" You say, "I don't know, just somewhere nice, somewhere better than here." The driver cannot take you anywhere. You will sit in that car, parked on the side of the road, until you give a specific destination. You must become the architect of your life. An architect does not just hope a building will stand up. They draw a blueprint. They know the exact measurements. They know exactly where the walls go. They know where the windows face the sun. You need to design your life with the same precision. You need to sit down with a pen and paper, not a computer, a pen and paper. There is magic in the connection between the hand and the brain. When you write, you are physically encoding your desire into reality. Write down exactly what you want. Not, "I want to be rich." Write, "I earn $50,000 a month doing work that I love." Not, "I want a relationship." Write, "I am in a passionate, loyal, and growth-oriented partnership with someone who respects me." Be specific. The brain works on targets. You have a part of your brain called the reticular activating system. This is your brain's filter. Right now, your brain is filtering out millions of bits of information because they are not relevant to you. But the moment you set a clear goal, the reticular activating system switches on. Suddenly, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. You decide you want a specific red car. Suddenly, you see that red car on every street. The cars were always there. You just never noticed them because you weren't looking for them. The opportunities for your success are around you right now. You are blind to them because you haven't told your brain to look for them. Define the what, do not worry about the how. This is where people get stuck. They kill their dreams because they don't know how it will happen. I want to start a business, but I don't have the capital. I want to travel, but I don't have the time. The how is not your job yet. The how is the domain of the process. The how will reveal itself once the what is clearly established. When you are obsessed with the destination, your mind will find the path. But you must do more than just write it down. You must feel it. We talked about the heart and the brain. Thoughts are the language of the brain. Feelings are the language of the body. You must combine them. Read your blueprint every morning, and as you read it, close your eyes and feel the emotions of having it. If your goal is financial freedom, don't just think about the number. Feel the relief, feel the security, feel the excitement of being able to help your family, feel the leather of the steering wheel in your new car, smell the ocean air from your balcony. You are broadcasting a signal. A clear intention combined with an elevated emotion is the strongest signal you can send into the quantum field. If you are thinking, "I want this," but you are feeling, "I lack this," the signal is mixed. You are broadcasting static noise. The universe hears lack. You must think abundance and feel abundance. This is the architect's work. It is a discipline. You don't do it once. You do it every single day. You remind yourself of where you are going so you don't get lost in where you are. Part VI, Environmental Design. Copy below this line. You cannot heal in the same environment where you got sick. You can do all the mindset work in the world. You can visualize, you can affirm, you can meditate, but if you stand up and walk into a toxic environment, you will be poisoned. Willpower is a battery, it runs out. Environment is a constant force like gravity, it never turns off. If you are trying to quit drinking, but you sit in a bar every day, you will eventually drink. If you are trying to be positive, but you are surrounded by people who complain and gossip, you will eventually become negative. We are social animals. We have mirror neurons in our brains. We are biologically wired to mimic the people around us. We copy their body language, their tone of voice, and their emotional states. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look at your 5 closest friends. Look at their bank accounts. Look at their relationships. Look at their health. Look at their ambition. If you are not impressed, you are in trouble. If you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. You need to be in rooms where people are playing the game at a higher level than you. You need to be around people who normalize what you want to achieve. If you want to be a millionaire, hang around millionaires. To them, making $1 million isn't a fantasy, it's a Tuesday, it's normal, and eventually their normal becomes your normal. You have to make hard decisions, you have to audit your circle. There are energy vampires in your life. You know who they are, people who call you only to dump their problems on you, people who make fun of your dreams, people who say be realistic. You have to cut the cord. This sounds harsh, but you are fighting for your life here. If you were drowning and someone was trying to pull you down, would you let them? No, you would kick them away to save yourself. Negative people are drowning, do not let them pull you down. But environment is not just people, it is information. What are you feeding your mind? Most people treat their mind like a garbage can. They watch the news for an hour, consuming fear, violence, and corruption. They scroll through social media, consuming jealousy, comparison, and distraction. Then they wonder why they are anxious. If you ate garbage every day, your body would get sick. If you consume mental garbage every day, your mind gets sick. You must become the gatekeeper of your mind. Turn off the news, unfollow the accounts that make you feel less than. Curate your feed, follow mentors, follow teachers, follow people who are winning, listen to podcasts that teach you skills, read books that expand your perspective. Design your physical space, clean your room. A cluttered room leads to a cluttered mind. When you organize your physical reality, you signal to your subconscious that you are in control. Put your goals on the wall, make your vision board the background of your phone. Everything in your line of sight should be a cue for the person you want to become. You are building an incubator. An incubator is a controlled environment designed to foster growth. Protect your energy, it is your most valuable currency. Do not spend it on arguments, do not spend it on drama, do not spend it on people who do not see your value. Reinvest your energy into your vision, reinvest it into your action. When you change your environment, you change your standard. And when you change your standard, you change your life. The quantum leap. We have talked about the mind, we have talked about the biology, we have talked about the environments. But there is one final ingredient. Without it, everything else is useless. Without it, you are just a dreamer. That ingredient is action, massive, imperfect action. There is a trap in the self-development world. It is called analysis paralysis. You read the books, you watch the videos, you make the plans, you feel like you are making progress because you are learning. But learning is not doing. Motion is not action. Motion is planning to go to the gym. Action is doing a squat. Motion is designing the logo. Action is making the sale. You can be in motion for 10 years and never achieve anything. You have to take the leap, and you have to take it before you feel ready. If you wait until you are ready, you will be waiting for the rest of your life. You will never feel ready. The feeling of ready is a lie. The fear will not go away before you jump. The fear goes away after you jump. The universe rewards speed. The universe loves speed. When you have an idea, you must act on it within 24 hours. If you wait, the doubt creeps in, the logic creeps in, the excuses creep in, the energy dissipates. You must become a person of high velocity. When you decide to do something, do it, immediately. You are afraid of failure, I know. But what is failure? Failure is just data. Failure is feedback. If you try and you fail, you are smarter than you were yesterday. You know one way that doesn't work. That is progress. The only true failure is sitting still. The only true failure is staying in the safety zone. You need to burn the boats. There is an old story about a commander who landed his army on enemy shores. He saw that his men were outnumbered and afraid. He saw them looking back at the ships, thinking about retreat. So he gave the order, burn the boats. He destroyed their only way home. He told them, we either win or we die. There is no retreat. And they won. They won because they had no other choice. They fought with a desperation and a power that the enemy could not match. You have too many safety nets. You have a plan B, a plan C, and a plan D. You are comfortable. Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Comfort is a warm blanket that suffocates your soul. You need to put yourself in a position where you must succeed. Commit to the goal publicly. Quit the job that is killing you. Invest the money. Create a situation where you cannot go back. When you cut off the retreat, you unlock a hidden reserve of energy. It is the survival instinct. It is the predator instinct. You stop playing to not lose, and you start playing to win. This is the quantum leap. It is not a gradual slope. It is a jump. It happens in an instant. It happens the moment you decide that you are done with the old life. Not I would like to change. Not I should change. But I must change. When your should becomes a must, the reality bends to your will. Outro: the first day of your life. We are at the end of this video, but we are at the beginning of everything else. For the last hour you have been listening, you have been nodding your head, you have felt the fire rising in your chest. But now the screen will go dark, the music will stop, and you will be left with the silence of your own room. This is the most dangerous moment. Because right now, the old world is waiting for you. The old habits are waiting outside the door like hungry wolves. They want to pull you back into the sleep. They want you to forget everything you just heard. They want you to click on the next video. They want you to scroll. They want you to go back to the trance. Do not let them. You have a choice to make right now, a binary choice, 0 or 1. You can go back to sleep and pretend this was just entertainment. You can wake up tomorrow and do the same things you did yesterday. You can live the next 10 years in a loop and wake up old, full of regret, wondering what could have been. Or you can stand up. You can turn off this device. You can take out a piece of paper. You can write down your vision, and you can start. You can kill the old version of yourself right now. Leave him here. Leave her here. Let them die in the past. Walk out of this room as a new person. You are the architect. You are the creator. You are the force. Do not wait for Monday. Do not wait for January 1st. The clock is ticking. Every second that passes is a second you never get back. Death is coming for all of us. It is the only guarantee in life. The question is not how long will you live. The question is, what will you do with the time you have? Will you be a spectator, or will you be a player? The cage is open, the door is unlocked, you have the key. It is time to walk out. It is time to live. Your new life begins, now.